Hey, welcome everybody. It is Dave and Jennifer. What's up, Jennifer? Haven't seen you in a while.
Well, we haven't seen all of you in a while. Thank you for joining us all today on Building Modular.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I hope everybody's had a wonderful Christmas break and, looking forward to the New Year's. I know we are really looking forward to the new year. We're down in sunny Florida right now, trying to get our lives together for our road show coming up in February. This week, we've been playing a lot of past episodes, which I'm quite amazed. I'm playing these past episodes. People are commenting, so it's been a lot of fun to do. But today, we're going to revisit what we started this particular show, Building Modular, and I'll let Jen walk us through.
Yeah, I mean, for all of you out there, here we are ending one year, walking into another year, and what better opportunity to consider different things, different concepts, different ways of building. But each week we try to bring to you a little bit of our knowledge, a little bit of our experience as it relates to building using volumetric modular construction. And I mean, we think it's a great way to build. We're big believers in building it better, always improving on your last build.
Yeah.
And that's what we're here to do, is just share some of our experience with you and ask that you share some of your experiences with us.
I got to correct you.
Oh, tell me.
I got to correct her. We don't think. We know it's a better way to build. It is 100%. Well, whether it's volumetric or panelized, what have you, there's a better way to build than doing it stick by stick on site. And that's what we love about this show, right? Because there's so many different building systems out there. Volumetric has been our preferred choice for 20 years. We've been doing it. So super excited. I mean, we got some people joining us this morning. We got some comments. Let's say hi real quick. What is happening, George Ryman? Good morning from Phoenix, Arizona. Hey, is it hot in Phoenix? Because here it's been in the mid 70s, getting back up into the 80s this week down in Delray Beach, Florida. And if you're out there listening and you know anybody down in Delray Beach, let us know. We'd love to get with you if you're doing something with offsite and modular construction while we're down here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. And oh, look at that. We got Nicole Emilio Casper. What is happening? Good afternoon, Nicole. Good to see you. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. And I know Jennifer appreciates it as well.
Definitely. And, I think I'm going to go back and correct you now, Dave, because even though we use volumetric modular construction, and this show is definitely about building modular, the undercurrent of everything that we do 6 days a week, Monday through Friday, and again on Saturdays with Coffee with Dave, is we ask everybody to go back and look at how their performance was on their last build and build upon that, build it better. How do you take what you did and just do that plus one? You know, on many of our shows, the topic of building science and passive house and building it higher than code comes up. That's something we talk about all the time. And the amazing thing about offsite construction and volumetric is that because you're building in a controlled environment, it really enables you to do that. Yeah,
it really does. 100%. What part are you correcting me on?
Well, the part about how we are teaching offsite construction, but really this is for all builders, regardless of their method of construction, and encouraging them to build it better. So
that's right.
Regardless of your choice. I mean, hey, we had a great conversation yesterday with, his name escapes me now, DC Builds out of Connecticut. And he's all about teaching Dwayne Barney, teaching process.
Yeah, it's all about process. Modular offsite construction, as everybody knows, is about process. So there's something for everybody to learn. And I agree. I'm not bashing on the stick builders, site builders. I still don't understand why you do it that way, but I'm not beating on you for that whatsoever. All right, Jennifer. So, hey, look at that. Nicole she's busy today. Here she wrote, great resource, and the host is a veteran. I am. Thank you very much. And I do appreciate the veterans out there, and I appreciate when people acknowledge that, because we should do more of it, especially today's day and age.
We should throw some kudos back to Nicole as well, because you work very hard for the veterans, and I think you're working with Haven, which is an amazing organization that helps female veterans get back on their feet. So, definitely, Nicole, share some information about what you do in the comments, because what it is an amazing cause. And There's so many veterans out there that need help, and female veterans coming back, who need to get back on their help. They just, it's a great way for them to group together.
Yeah, it really is. So, all right, everybody. So Nicole, put that in the comments, and we will share that with everybody. And also, this week, typically the week between Christmas and New Year's, is a light week, and we're going to keep this show pretty light. We're going to revisit the reason we started this, and we're going to go all the way back to our first episode type thing that we did, our presentation. We'll share that, and it's just walking through the basics again. And then starting next week, we're going to be hot and heavy back into things. I mean, we have NREL next month. We have the DOE on next month. We have Aaron Holm is going to be Unblockable is coming on next. I mean, we got a lot of big speakers coming. So this week we're kind of regrouping a little bit. We're going to revisit some things. We're trying to catch up with life now that we're homeless. So if you have extra rooms, let us know. We're going to come visit. We need a place to pull up and stay every once in a while, and preferably in the warm weather for a little bit, because this is nice. All right, Jennifer, we're just rambling on here, talking amongst ourselves. Why don't we hop into what this is all about? So let's go back to it.
Yeah, definitely. And, every time, we encourage people to start with the basics. When you're thinking about the new year and you're setting goals and you think about the fundamentals, what worked, what didn't work. You kind of hindsight, your past year or your past build or your past 6 months, whatever it might be. And you get back to the basics. So this is how we started the series, Building Modular. What is modular construction? How is it different than site-built construction? And what are the advantages using modular construction? Yep. And audience participation is always welcome.
So, all right. So New Year's resolutions, right? So here's the New Year's resolution. If you're not building using off-site construction methods, make it a resolution to do it. I made a resolution to start getting in shape again, and I didn't wait till New Year's. I started this morning. So I won't be able to walk tomorrow.
Yeah, after all the Christmas cookies were finished, we waited to start.
For sure.
It's all good. But yeah, seriously, let's get into it.
All right, here we go. Modular construction simply means that the materials were delivered to an offsite location. The modular manufacturing facility assembled in components or three-dimensional building modules, then transported to the final site for assembly. I love that. Not set. Definitely not drop set, because we don't want to drop anything, right? But the project is built to the International Builder Code, which is exactly the same code that locally site-built, homes or any building is built to. So with that said, this is very, very important, Jennifer, right? Because this is the biggest misnomer, is that the right word? Misnomer that's out there, that modular is different and volumetric is different or panelized is different. It's only different in the methods on how we construct and build. It is not different on the codes and the environment and things that we do that every site builder or traditional builder has had to do as well. In fact, it's more stringent on us, and we touch on this all the time.
Yeah, so here are a couple of things, right? Modular construction is part of offsite construction, which is part of building systems. There's all of these names. And when you drill it down, what we're talking about is volumetric modular construction, 3D modules that are built offsite and delivered for installation on site. So, if you want to get into the detail of it all, and it's different than component construction or panelized construction. All of that falls under the offsite construction umbrella.
That's right.
But volumetric modular is the 3D. There are people out there who refer to them as boxes. We like to call them modules, but they're built in an indoor controlled environment, transported to the site, and installed on site.
Yeah, they are built indoors, controlled environment. Unlike us that are outdoors right now, let us know if that wind is noisy in our mic, because it's really, you can see probably behind us the trees and the leaves moving. So the wind's kicking a little bit. So we'll adjust if we need to adjust. But with that said, you're absolutely right, Jennifer. I mean, modular construction, volumetric construction is a process in which we build. It's the product, the end result is no different when it comes to codes and what we have to do than a site-built home. You want to know where it's different?
Tell us.
It's better, it's faster, it's stronger, it's more energy efficient, it's healthier to live in. You want me to keep going?
Well, you're jumping ahead to the
I know. Let's go to the next slide. Sorry. Yeah. I get excited.
Yeah. You know what? Come back to this one for a minute, though, because if you if we go back to this, it's built to the International Building Code, IRC, IBC, a national code. So regardless, a lot of the manufacturers that we've worked with, regardless of where they're shipping the modules to, because they do oftentimes ship to multiple states,
right?
They pick the highest code. And oftentimes that factory will build to that highest code, so we're superseding the local and state requirements and building to that higher code. And if you need further clarification in terms of modular versus manufactured, we had
Bob Bender on 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, from the Commodore Corporation. And
let me see if I can find that link.
The Commodore Corporation actually builds both. And he did a great job articulating the difference between building to IRC and building to HUD.
Sorry. George, sometimes I love you and sometimes I hate you. Love seeing Dave's hair blowing in the wind. That's funny. Sorry, I didn't mean to get distracted.
Oh,
yes. Look at it go. Look at it go. I wish it would cover my eyes every once in a while. Sorry, Jen. I didn't mean to take your thunder. You were really doing great.
All right. Like we said, we wanted audience participation today. So all good. So let's go to the next slide.
How is modular construction different from site-built construction? Well, I already talked a little bit about this, but build process, build timeline, how we do this. We're not going to jump into this today. We're just having a little rewind. But yeah, the process, right? Because what's so valuable about volumetric modular construction is it can be built at the same time as your site work begins and during the site work. And while the foundation is being installed, your home, your building, whatever it is being built in a controlled environment and is going to be ready to be put on your foundation, regardless whether it's piers, grade beams, pilings, or a traditional foundation. It's going to be ready within a week or two after that concrete slab, the concrete foundation is ready and cured.
Right. So we oftentimes, we've been rooted in New England for so long. We always talk about the parallel path of construction. There could be major snowstorms outside and, the seasons kick in, right?
Yeah.
High winter kicks in, and that puts a lot of builders into hibernation mode. But for offsite construction, you can actually build all year round,
That's right.
As long as you get your concrete in and your foundation poured and, you don't have a deep freeze.
That's right.
You can really work year round. And conversely, in the height of summer, in places like South Florida, where it gets super hot, you're working in that indoor controlled environment. You're not out in the blazing sun.
Ooh, it's sunny and 70 all year round indoors. Sunny and 70 all year. You remember that show, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia or something like that? Or I don't know. Somebody out there knows that show. It's one of those, it's a stupid humor show that I would appreciate.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that must be why I don't know it.
All right. So you're absolutely right, Jen. So, the build process, the build timeline, the indoor quality, it's always 70 inside and sunny and inside a manufacturing facility. There's too many positives to go over on this show, and we're going to continue to cover that. But when you think about time is money.
Oh, 100%.
When you think about quality control happens in the manufacturing facility much, much more efficiently and better than you're going to get on site. They're not getting wet, right? They're more energy efficient. They're healthier. We don't have mold starting off in our homes as soon as it rains and the studs aren't dry. Why? Guess why?
Because they're covered. They're indoors.
Wow.
They're not exposed to that weather.
No, but the wood is typically kiln dried
there
before
you
it's
go.
even installed.
There you go.
You would think she's new at this.
I know.
But it's just like episode 30 something.
I know. You can tell.
You'd have this together.
Maybe I ate too many Christmas cookies. I'm feeling that hangover.
I know, but the sun is nice. All right, so we're feeling like we're in George Ryman's world these days. But you're absolutely right. So with all that said, there's so many values and benefits to offsite, volumetric, and modular construction. We're going to continue to cover that all 2021 on this show, day in and day out. And hopefully, as we're on the road, we're going to be bringing you live presentations from manufacturing facilities, from job sites, all over the place. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and still speaking with experts who have done this for a really long time, and the new entrants who just out of the gate have decided to do this, especially when you think about offsite construction. Another thing that falls under this bucket is 3D printing. Yeah. Which is such an amazing thing. We love talking to people who are really navigating uncharted territory.
Yeah, we really have. We were just out recently in Texas, in Austin, Texas, with Icon Legacy Printing,
Yeah.
which is cool. And they just got, umpteen millions of dollars to study moon ash so they can 3D print on the moon. How cool is that? And they built a lab for that. And then also we had Mighty Buildings on, which is using a polymer type printing material, which is super cool. And they're building volumetric with these 3D printers. And they can print. It's like a Corian material, like the counters are made out of. And it can print in real time, I think 13, 14 foot span, and it cures as it's printing. Structural.
Amazing.
It is amazing. So there's going to be a lot of great things we're going to show you this year from all over this wonderful country of ours. And when it opens up, we're going to Europe, Jen.
Yeah.
So let's keep going. We probably should get through our presentation.
Right. Before we talk about that. So we're talking about, in our next slide, we're talking about appearance, appraisal, and cost. So when we talk about the things that are different than site-built construction, this technically is an example of things that are the same
That's right.
as site-built construction. And the appearance is only different if you want it to be. The appearance is only boxy and modern and contemporary should you choose it to be so. There are, very few limitations in terms of design or aesthetics as it relates to volumetric modular construction. In terms of appraisal value, again, modular is a method of construction. It is not a type of home. So even though one of the most Google searched terms is modular home, technically speaking, that doesn't exist.
Yeah, and believe it or not, prefab's a big search word too. Who would have thought? So, hey, look at this. We got like this glow, like this angel glow happening on our heads all of a sudden. The hair is blowing in the wind. Not mine, hers.
Oh my gosh.
George.
Yeah, it's a bit of a disaster.
But you're absolutely right. So appearance, appraisal value, cost, these are all things to consider when doing modular homes, right? They do not cost less. Typically, they're about the same as most, at least where we were building. And depending on the quality, right? You're getting a better quality home. I always say it should cost more. But the reality of it is, they should not appraise any different and they should not cost that much different than a site-built home. And what does that mean? That means it's a value to you as the consumer that you're getting a better built product at typically around the same cost as what you can site-build when you take in all the factors from start to finish through warranty. If you're looking apples to apples, site builder is going to beat you all day long with their, we're $80 a square foot. Here's a change order, Mr. Consumer, Mr. Builder. Here's a change order. Here's a change order. Here's a change order. Guess what, Jennifer?
Tell us.
No change orders in what we do. Not unless something changes.
Right.
And usually that's a customer request or it's an unknown site issue.
Right. Or something that happens down the downstream from a timeline perspective that was completely unexpected, which happens. I mean, listen, no method of construction is perfect. It does happen, but you oftentimes go into these events, into these build cycles with a controlled cost and a predictable timeline because so many of the decisions are made up front. And this was another great episode we had with, I think it was Box Prefab, where we had two architects who were getting frustrated. They couldn't find the right builders.
That's right.
And then they were getting more frustrated and they said, we should build this off-site. And then they got even more frustrated. And what did they do?
They started their own manufacturing facility.
Yeah.
Now, isn't that gutsy?
Yeah. So two architects, bumping into hurdles left and right said, you know what? We can do this. We can solve our own problem. And sure enough, they did. And what they shared with us, the lessons that they learned was the level of detail on their drawings just had to really, be taken up a notch or two because those are shop drawings.
That's right.
Those just aren't inspirational designs. Those are real shop drawings from which your home is built.
Absolutely. So I agree with that. I want to put it up just because we mentioned it. Here's Bob Bender, COO of the Commodore Corporation. If you want to look it up online, and then I'll also get to going on our YouTube channel and show it to you. But there's the website, Commodore Homes. 6 factories working on 7.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. Busy.
All right.
Busy.
Moving on. Look, now that light is beautiful. Perfect. All right, Jennifer, let's go to the next slide here.
All right.
Custom.
This is what you were jumping to earlier.
Strong.
This is one of our, go-to slides pretty much in every presentation that we do. Because your homes can be customized. There is also a conversation going on around there in terms of affordable housing and housing attainability and mass customization versus total customization.
Right.
And in volumetric modular, you can do both. It's just a question of what you as a builder want to do. Are you building unique homes every single time, like truly custom designed from scratch every single time? Or are you a builder who offers 3 or 4 models that could then be customized based on your client's needs, but the size and the shape is pretty much similar each time you build? So there's 2 schools of thought there.
Yeah, there really is. I'm going to have next Wednesday Renee on my show, and he's from overseas, and they actually have a program for modular volumetric builders that's going to address what you just kind of said. Because if you do custom, is there a way to still do custom and automate and be better and understand and be able to sell more and have a system that allows you to do that and cost the job all within a few minutes?
Well, by the sounds of it,
yes. There is. So we're gonna look at that as well. So it's gonna be really cool. It's just built for volumetric. So that's gonna be a fun show. Details to follow, but that's next Wednesday. All right, custom, strong, efficient, faster, better controlled. We kind of hit all that. I mean, I would imagine if you're watching this, you already know that, because that's what I talk about, and I usually have a soapbox that gets on that. There it is, Dave Soapbox. If you're not building using offsite methods, you need to make your New Year's resolution right now, because there's nobody out there that's going to convince me they can do it better on site. But you can try. I'd love it. Bring it on. We love having that conversation. Am I being controversial right now, Car?
Well, I think what you're doing is trying to engage the audience and really help us understand why you wouldn't consider modular construction. Help us understand why you think...
in any form, though, not just modular. Yeah. Panelization. Modular is not for everybody in every situation, but yeah, for sure.
Right. And we know that because there's a lot of people doing a hybrid approach as well, where they're taking 2 methods of construction. And we've done it several times where, 80% of the home would be built off-site, and then there are portions that need to be built on-site. You know, there's still homes that require that on-site touch. So
for sure,
we're not saying it's all or nothing. We're just strongly encouraging you to really consider off-site construction.
Yeah, 100%. Hey, that sun's messing with us, Jen. Let's turn this way.
Oh goodness,
we're making a move.
Here we go.
I wasn't expecting that. Ah, yeah, we should have went that way. Look at those beautiful flowers over there.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, we are on the move today and this week, and it's like I said, trying to get our stuff in order, studio rebuilds, all of the fun stuff that's currently happening. So we got a lot coming to you. All right, Jennifer, where are we at? Let's get to the next slide. Yeah.
So I mean, I think this is where we really want to again talk about collaboration.
I knew you were going to say that word. Go ahead.
It's one of my favorites, and really that's what we're trying to do is, this is nothing new. This is not rocket science. Offsite construction has been around for a super long time, but we really encourage you to find somebody who has been doing this, whether it's through the local Home Builder Remodelers Association, your National Association of Home Builders. There's also the Modular Home Builders Association and the Modular Building Institute. I mean, this past year, so many resources.
Building Systems Council. I mean, come on, we'll go on and on with that. But Jennifer, is there anywhere that you can really learn about offsite? I feel like I'm getting ready to do an ad. It's really not an ad. It's just, is there anywhere we can do offsite learning, Jennifer, whether it's an associate's degree, a bachelor's degree, or a master's degree, Jennifer?
Well, Stone Pile Construction College is the place for you. And I was just having this conversation yesterday with a sophomore in high school who said to me,
excuse me,
I don't think, why are people paying for college, especially right now, when number one, they're not guaranteed a job when they get out of school. They're not guaranteed any type of internship or apprenticeship when they are even in school. They're not even guaranteed right now that they can go to class. So many students are paying $40,000, $50,000 a year.
That's right.
Sitting in their dorm room and going to their classes virtually. Stone Pile Construction College knew this. I feel like they knew this was going to happen. They smelled a need for disruption in higher education, and they now offer an undergrad program and a master's program specializing in prefabrication and offsite construction.
Yeah, they do. I mean, associates, bachelors, and masters. It's all online. Here's what's great about this school, and this is not an ad Well, it kind of is, but it's not a paid for thing. So the reality of it is they're teaching in a more conventional way of teaching or non-conventional way of teaching, because you don't need to have good, grades. You don't need to have the high scores on the SATs. All you need is a high school diploma, and all you need is to write a paper as to why you should be accepted to this university. It is made for folks like myself, Jennifer, who, I was having more fun skateboarding and running around with a mohawk than I was attending class until I joined the Army. And then that kicked me in the butt, and that was 10 years of that. But with that said, it's not for everybody's school. And this is, they've set it up in a way that helps everybody that teaches people that are in the trades to think visually and with their hands.
Yeah, I mean, think about it too. How are you connecting with employers? How are you connecting with students? How are you, if you're looking to hire somebody, how are you getting in touch with the next generation of construction leaders?
That's right.
And what Stone Pile Construction College did was they took servant leadership. Literally, how do I make the people around me better, smarter,
That's right,
more prepared to be successful in life? And then everybody wins. They took that philosophy or that theory of servant leadership, if you will, and they are applying it to the next generation of construction leaders. So I'm super proud of the work that Base 4 has done with Stone Pile Construction College. And Dave and I strongly encourage you to check it out.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. I love it. All right. Well, there was our non-promo promo.
Well,
but hey, listen, they're the only school I know doing it. Some of the colleges have some programs starting to teach them offsite, but this school is just dedicated to it, and that's why it's important for us to talk about it. All right, what do we got next on the slides, Jen? Is that it?
So I think that's it for the slides. I think that's pretty much what we wanted to cover with everybody today, and really just encourage you to reevaluate how you're approaching your business in 2021.
Right.
Consider new options. This has been a tumultuous year, unpredictable year. We would love to see more people engage with offsite construction, predictable timelines, controlled costs.
That's right.
And de-risk your projects.
Yeah, 100%. So, 2021 is going to be a fabulous year, and we're going to continue to grow offsite construction. We're going to continue to bring you the best of the best. We're going to continue to bring you as much educational knowledge that we can find, and we're going to continue to bring you the people that are doing it better, doing it different, whether it's an offsite, technology, finance, any of that. Process, people.
Products.
Yeah, 100%.
Prop tech, construction tech, fintech. Really, it's a little bit of everything, and we're just trying to encourage everyone to build it better than last time.
All right, everybody. I think that's the end of today's show. We're looking forward to next week starting so we can get back into this hot and heavy and regular programming. We're going to have so much fun with it. If you know anybody out there that we should have on our show, please send them our way. If they're doing it differently, if they're thinking differently, we'd love to hear from them. This is going to be a great trip we're going to take across this wonderful country of ours. So if you know anybody out there we should stop and see, please let us know.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? What'd George say? I'll be working with Gary Gale to get an offsite factory set up in Florida for Momovivo in early 2021. Hey, that is cool. Well, guess what? That's 4 days from now, Gary. So where should we meet you?
Excellent.
Or did I say Gary? George?
Yeah.
George and Gary.
Exactly. Well, it's good to see that there's some newness coming online in 2021, and that's what it's all about.
And that's it. Yeah, absolutely. So there you go, everybody. In the ticker below is our road show. We are on our way. We are going to be hitting the road. Please, if you're looking to be part of that show, let us know. If you want to sponsor us, let us know. And we're also going to be starting, what's that thing called? Patreon stuff as well. So we can keep going. Yeah. I got all kinds of stuff happening. All right, everybody. I'm Dave Cooper.
I'm Jennifer Cooper. Thanks, everybody, and wishing you all the happiest of Happy New Year's.
Oh, Happy New Year's. We'll see you, though. We'll be back here tomorrow at 1 o'clock, Friday at 1 o'clock, and 9 a.m. I'm Dave Cooper, and this is Jennifer. Thanks, everybody.
See you next time.
Bye.